Alright, it is a Wednesday, 9:18 a.m. and this is the watch list. I don't think it's changed other than the fact that I have this one, BRBL. Maybe if it does like a breakout over the highs of the other day, which is here, maybe that could be some kind of a setup I could be interested in. It doesn't look too bad. It did previously make a move, but it wasn't with the volume that we have here. So perhaps it could be something to look at, something interesting. TSOI is officially, qualifies for a morning panic bounce play. This one doesn't trade with the best volume, so I have to take that into consideration. RGBP could be a morning panic bounce play as well, especially if we get something that cracks under this 41.5 level. PBYA also a morning panic bounce play, and as I said yesterday, this one could really have a morning panic bounce play because it started to have a downtrend at the end of the day yesterday. NSAV, I just want to watch and see how this does. In theory, it's breaking out of this range right at this 48.4 level. It's under it, but if it could break out, I guess a tiny gap fill. It's not really too impressive. I'm just having it there to see what it does. Do I want to trade any of these for a morning spike? Not really. None of them have like news, at least something that I've caught up with. Just BRBL perhaps if it were to do that, but I'm going to favor morning panic bounce plays instead. I will consider trading larger if the setup is there. If I take an L, I take an L. I'm still up a bunch, so I have a lot of space if it happens to be like that. I'd rather not, of course. I'd rather have some profitable setups, and that's what I'm going for this morning. Alright, it is 9:42 BRBL. It had a nice spike. This is something still I'm still trying to get more experience with, but yeah, this one was a bit sketchy because it kind of just dropped here. I think it was, yeah, it had like a tiny gap up, but this one was nice. It went from 29.5 to 36 RGBP. It did have a morning panic, but this wasn't really clean. I never traded it, and I don't regret it, even if it's spiking. It was at its lowest here. It was still green on the day, so it wasn't really proper. A morning panic, you think of a stock that's down on the day. Sure, it did go, it did drop 10% from its highs, but it was never really like red on the day. Maybe I should have considered it perhaps, but I guess the clear risk level would have been 445. It did get to VWAP. It's at 47, so that is nice, but I don't regret this one because that one was kind of, that one wasn't as nice as PBYA, and I'll go over that one last. TOSI is not really trading with volume, so I might remove it, but in theory, if it breaks this 11 level, I guess in the 10s, the low 10s, that could be pretty impressive. That could warrant a nice, panic dip buy setup, and unfortunately, PBYA. It was stupid, but at least I didn't hesitate, or maybe I did. The problem is that as it was downtrending, and I thought, all right, where could the potential bottom be? When I clicked here to look at the 15-day chart, of course that's when it started to turn around. So that really sucked, and I was planning to go a larger size. Maybe I'll trade the lower low if it does that, right, or the double bottom. Or maybe it's going to be a higher low and they hold it VWAP. But yeah, I'm pretty salty that I missed the turnaround because of the fact I had it at like 148. I could have been in at 148 and I could have been risking 146. I just now I have it here, the freaking 15-minute 15-day chart. So clearly there was support here at this 15 level. It did drop a little below it. It got to 145. It's not an exact science. It's more, again, like a guideline. And yeah, for me, going here and clicking there, then it clicks this thing away, and then it starts turning around at the same time. That was bad timing. Let's hope that doesn't happen again, because I'm not, I can get frustrated, at a lot of things in life. I want to be a successful, profitable stock market trader. Yeah, I will be looking at this for, a double bottom, higher low, lower low. It all depends if it can do something like that, but I'll try not to miss something like this. Now I have the 15 day chart here. It's not the 1 day chart, which I don't really use that much unless it's like a breakout setup or just like a first, like a morning spike, and I'm watching how it's doing compared to the close yesterday. But since I focus on morning panic bounce plays right now, I should just have it like this. So yeah, that's where I'm at. If it wants to put a higher low here, I won't trade it. That's a bit too high for me, although it is at its high, so it can continue to do something nice. But yeah, I'm pretty salty that I missed it, just for that reason. But let's just hope that goes to good karma, and I can get a good trade somewhere else. Alright, it is 10:16. PBYA will be the only thing that I am watching. If this thing decides to drop at some point and do like a double bottom, a higher low, a lower low, again, maybe something at VWAP. It hasn't done any of that, which is fine. And yeah, so look, today is, I feel it, today's clearly not my day. PBYA missed the turnaround the moment I was checking a 15-day, I guess the 14-day, 15-minute charts. Now I have it down here to help prevent an issue like that in the future. Ideally, that will be nice. BRBL, I did miss the spike, but this is something new. I don't mind missing morning spikes. I'm still trying to get more experience with that. RGBP was a morning panic bounce play because it did drop 10%, but it was a gap up, like a sketchy gap up, and it was still green on the day when it dropped. It did at least trade this range, which would have been nice. And yeah, I don't regret this one. PBY was much nicer. VZWR, I was watching this for like maybe some kind of crazy reversal, but I've learned my lesson before. It can totally work, but VWAP is right there, and this thing could just continue the downtrend. So I'll probably just leave this one alone, honestly. I'll make an update perhaps and see what it does later in the day. TSOI did do this panic where it broke under 11, right, and it just turned around quickly. I don't mind missing this one because I was just watching it. I mean, really, I didn't know if it was going to turn around that quickly or not. Even if I would have been in the trade, it would have been something super small anyway. PBYA I went over. Yeah, BRBL was at spike. Alright, so here's the thing with NSAV. I was looking at this for a dip towards VWAP, and it did it. In theory, maybe if I had an order right at VWAP, that would have been something. But at the time, it was it turned around very quickly, and it got to here, and then the bid and the ask just lifted up really high. Then it got executed at 539, and then it kind of went down to 531. The price action just really was played in a way that just did not get me in the trade because I didn't like it. It wasn't doing well, but it is doing nice. It could continue an uptrend. I guess resistance could potentially be at this. Well, it's already right at it, so it could turn around here. Maybe 60 could be a level 2, but it did it. I don't regret this one because this one was all weird. I do regret hesitating on the breakout because I've seen these that kind of trade in a range in the morning and then it breaks out of it around 10. So yeah, today is clearly not my day. I just feel like it's just not my day, And I'm not trying to, get frustrated and then do some stupid trade. So I have a lot of business to catch up with. I have a lot of orders to fulfill. So I might as well work on that. I'm going to be in the garage. I'll be on my laptop. I guess I'll still look at the markets. But yeah, if it's not, if it's really that against me, I'm not going to fight it. I'll live another day, God willing. And I'll just work on these, try again tomorrow. But yeah, with all these reasons, all these things in mind, I'm just going to call it off early actually. Maybe I'll make an update later after the markets have closed. But yeah, I just feel like it's not my day. So I'll just back away. It doesn't, have to be my day today. So yeah, that's really all I can say. I'm just going to, I'll make an update later in the day. But I'll get off the markets. Even if it does something nice, super amazing, I will watch PBYA a little before I head out. If there's a setup there, I'll consider it. Other than that, I'll just call it off right here. You know, if everything's against me today, that's totally fine. You know, if it just feels like it's not my day, I'm not gonna try to push it, because that's playing with fire. I'll gladly back off and, you know, be ready for the next day. Alright, it is 9:14 p.m. and I'm just here to call it off and look over the stocks and see what happened since. Yeah, dude, today was just not my day. You know, felt like everything was against me, and I know, you know, it was just not my day. The market isn't like going after me. It's not, you know, personally going out of its way to mess with me. No, it was just not my day, and I did not have the urge to want to fight it and double down or something crazy like that. I'll just, you know, I'm here for the long run, and God willing, that can happen. So it looks like NSAV did have a panic, a big volume candle here. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have traded it just because of my trade with, what was it, WDLF the other day. So I probably wouldn't have considered this, although it did work. I really shouldn't have hesitated to break out, but I haven't seen them work out that many times, but this was a clear example of one. And then the dip towards VWAP, I was trying to get into that one, but that one traded all weird, so I missed it again. It was just not my it was not my day. It did do a follow-up breakout here, but that's a bit, you know, at that point you're chasing I think a little bit, 57 to 59.4. That was the setup there with that breakout, and then it had that little dip. I guess that's a confirmed break out, but this was just there for like a minute or two. It wasn't really that nice. This could be a potential morning panic bounce play. Not really the best case scenario, but excuse me, but that's alright. BRBL, nothing really interesting here. I'm gonna remove it. Unfortunately, it didn't really spike more than that. PBYA, yeah, I missed this morning panic just because of the fact when it was dropping here. I said, all right, let me look at a 15, I guess a 14-day chart and see what's it doing. You know, okay, yeah, it could maybe hold support around this 14 level, and I mean, you know, now I have it here, so I just don't, in theory, try to mess myself up. The level was 15 when it was dropping around here, and it held it. Not perfectly, and it did go from 14.5 to 17.3. That, again, it wasn't my day. And then I was watching it to see if it could do like a higher low, lower low, or something like that, double bottom. It did do like a higher low from that low here, but look at this sketchy price action. No thank you. TSOI, this one, I guess it was better than what I remembered it, but it wasn't too nice either. This one turned around from 10, if you want to count the wick, to 1088. Not the best range, but it did crack under 11. Yeah, it seems very quick, but it did do something, although now it's kind of under it and the volume isn't really that nice. RGBP, I look forward to this. This could be a nice morning panic bounce play setup. It could totally work out right here. This will be a setup potential PBYA 2. I think OZSC was running today. Yeah, that's nice. It's up 40%. Doesn't really look too nice when you look at the big picture. Some of these actually look like shorts. You know, big pump and dump, and then it kind of has its first spike. You short into that, and then you short into that, and then you short into that. I mean, it's, you know, I'm making it look easy. I'm sure these things are hard, but this is a nice run. If it can run 3 days, maybe a potential morning panic bounce play. This one never touched VWAP. That's all I got. No trades today. Didn't make anything. Didn't lose anything. Didn't do anything crazy or stupid. It just wasn't my day. I realized that, and I just, you know, didn't do anything dumb, and I think that was a good lesson. You know, I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't blow up my account trying to trade it back or something ridiculous. I'm here for the next day, and God willing, I'll just keep getting better.